I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
Hello, everybody. How are you? It is another fantastic Sunday evening with the Opinionated Idiot YouTube channel. I am your host, Bryan, and it is March 12th, 2023. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend, and it has been a crazy couple of days, a very crazy couple of days. First of all, I want to welcome everybody back to the channel, all the new subscribers on the channel, all my new channel members, all my moderators. It feels good. It feels good that, this channel's getting a little bit of love, and, we're hitting that algorithm, and that you guys over here care about this content, because that's the most important thing. I don't make the channel run. You guys make the channel run. You guys are the ones that come back to the videos that I put up. You interact on them, and that helps push this channel out. I'm just the host. So if I'm doing a crappy job, I need you guys to know that. If I'm doing a great job, I need to know that. But I want to welcome everybody in here, back to the channel, back to the live show. If anybody doesn't know about me, I am a live streamer. I do live shows on Sunday and Wednesday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm probably going to be going to a third night as well pretty soon here. And then what I do is I do the live streams. I'll cut them down, either smaller segments, put them out in the algorithm, or just release the whole show again and push that out there, because we want this channel to grow. We want this channel to grow. And unfortunately, YouTube doesn't really like the live streams. If people aren't pushing them, they won't continue to push it out. So that's why I'll usually re-upload it and push it out. But there's my pitch. There's my pitch. Give me a couple more seconds and I'll get to the chat. I appreciate it. I see a lot of people chatting already. First shout out, I have to give a shout out to is Drunk Turkey Show. Daniel and his crew over there are amazing. Look at, just for the new people that have come in, I have been on YouTube for just under 3 years. My channel started with car content, and then during the pandemic, previous to the job I was working in now, I worked in the luxury watch business. So I started doing kind of watch talk on my channel. Met in with a group of live streamers. We were doing that for a little while, and I just kind of wanted to pull off and do my own thing. I converted the channel into like a podcast style channel, where I was doing just relevant topics, pop culture, things that were going on. And I actually decided to pull away from the channel because I didn't feel like it was getting any growth. And probably about maybe 90 days ago, I did a whole bunch of videos and released them up into the algorithm. I just kind of let my channel sit for a little bit. And I started over onto a second channel. And this is where I was actually talking about the Kohberger case. And one day I went in and checked my analytics on my old channel, and I had a video that essentially went viral, and I started pulling in all these new subscribers. And I said, well, the channel's monetized. Why don't I do this? Shut down the second channel. I uploaded all my content that I was making on that channel, and here we are. So first of all, I laid the groundwork on this channel. But I have to give, again, a huge shout out to Drunk Turkey Show, as they've given me the boost. And I appreciate that because I'm seeing a lot in the comments. A lot of the people that are finding me are through them. Those guys are great. They're smashing it over there on their channel. They're hitting that algorithm hard. And I wish them all the success in the world because I will continue to back them. I think they just completely align with my views. And we have kind of that energy that goes on. And I look forward to doing more things with them as well, too, because I'm seeing that a lot in the comments that people are happy of the segments that we've done. So Drunk Turkey Show, you are always welcome on my panel. Anytime, just hit me up. I'll drop the link, have you guys come on. So there's my pitch. We have a lot to get into this evening. I plan to try to stream as long as I can. That's why I started early this evening. And I understand people will come and go. I get it. It's not, you know, I'm not offended by that. Do what you got to do. Everybody has a life, and I understand that. So now I've pretty much got my pitch in there. A couple other topics I want to get to really quick, and I'm looking at my notes here, and I actually just went out and bought a Fire tablet, so I'm able to write digital notes, which is nice because I have all my notes down here too about what we're going to go over tonight. But I was quickly, before we get on, I did some quick notes. Another comment I want to address too is a lot of people are commenting and they said, you know, you got to watch this channel and you got to see this video over here and you got to look at the angle over here. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch any other the true crime channels. I just don't do it. And the reason that I don't do that, I mean, of course I watch Drunk Turkey Show because, you know, we know each other. But what I try to do here on my channel is keep everything authentic. I want my views to not be swayed by other opinions or other views that other crime channels have put out there. That's why you go to that channel for that content. I keep my content to what it is here. That's why you guys come here. Fair enough, right? Because I feel like if I watched other channels, it would cloud kind of my vision of how the way that I see the facts and what's going on in this case. Fair, right? Yeah, and just on top of that too, look, I work a full-time job, and then every waking moment that I'm not working goes into my channel. So I have to research things here from my channel and come up with my own views, opinions, and perspectives. I just don't have the downtime to watch other videos and comment and stuff like that. Also, what you're gonna get here, I kind of call it like water cooler talk. I'm not a law expert. I'm not a crime scene expert. I'm someone here that you can come to and freely talk about something, a subject matter, something maybe in this case, something in another case. We give opinions here, we give perspectives, and we give ideas. And we kind of sort through those facts and try to come to a conclusion. So that's my mission statement for this evening. And I'm a one-man show, so it's hard. It's hard sometimes. I mean, before I come on air, I get anxiety. You know, I just don't know the way that things are going to come out, but hopefully I'm doing the right job. So anyway, now that I've wasted about 10 minutes of everybody's time, let me pull up some of the chat because I see some of my awesome moderators here, and I really do appreciate it. Amber was killing it before the show went live. She said, make sure you come and hit that like button. Can't wait for tonight's show. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much. Teresa's always in the chat as well. She's a channel member. If you guys want to join the memberships, the link is pinned above. If you want to support the channel monthly, you go up there. I have $2 memberships. That's it. I'm just asking for $2, like a cup of coffee, and that helps you know, put all this money back into this channel to make it grow, get better equipment. And that's usually what I use all that for. So I appreciate it. Susan's here. Thank you so much for checking by. Amber says, I know, absolutely love the intro music. It gets me going. Everybody loves the intro music. Yeah, thank you so much. SC is in the chat. Love seeing her here. She says, we are twins. I have the same shirt. Awesome. That's awesome that you have that shirt. Pamela says that she found me from Drunk Turkey Show, and I thought you were great on there. And here I am. Glad I found your channel. Thank you so much for checking in. Cranky's here as a channel member. What's up, buddy? How are you? I just want to make sure. Let's do this. Cranky's channel member. Wait, I mean, we gotta set him up, man. Cranky one, you are a moderator now. Thank you so much. Crazy P in the house. What's up? He's one of my mods as well. You guys got to watch that chat. Make sure we keep it clean. You know, let's stick to the subject matter. You guys see anything? It's your jobs to get all that garbage out of there. But thank you. Amber says I'm doing an amazing job. Thank you so much. Nice to see you as well. Crazy P said, hope everyone had a great Sunday. And Susan says, love watching the show. All right. So let's get on with the meat and the bones of the meat, bone, and potato of what's going on. So the other night, I was on Drunk Turkey. I jumped on probably about the last hour and a half where he broke this 769 page document of, things that I was kind of looking at. And we were going on over it really briefly. And I'll be honest with you, I went through it last night and it took me about 2 hours. And I wrote notes as I was going through it. I don't think that I'm going to go through all of the document, but we can start going through it and I can give you some bullet points. Now, when I looked at it first, I thought two things. I thought that, excuse me, I'm getting congested right now all of a sudden. Let me clear my throat here. Hang on. I'm going to put the mute button on for a second. Hang on. All right. So when I first looked at all the documents, Daniel and I were going over it, and I did too, SC. Before I went to bed last night, before I literally went through it and read through the whole thing. From what I'm understanding, and when I first looked at it, I said, "Oh wow, this is they're searching bank account information of Xana and Ethan and Maddie and Kaylee, and they're trying to look at maybe some connection of financial connections, whether they're money given back and forth between BK and the victims." I actually ran the document by a lawyer friend of mine, and when I pull it up, I'll kind of pull up what I mean. What I'm understanding of all of this is this is a sealing of a search warrant. So these are all what it is that all the companies, and let me pull this up really quick. All right, here we go. So these were all the companies that were, I guess, subpoenaed or asked for information from. And what I'm getting a general understanding of, after I talked to a buddy that's went through law school, is that they have found information relevant in these companies to this case, and they're sealing that information from the public. So there's no public access. That's why you're going to see a lot of things in the documents that got redacted, and you'll see the victims' names connected to these documents. And what this is overall, all these documents are kind of placed into one big search warrant or document. And the reason that you're going to see the names there is it's sealing any known information to these victims. I know I probably have broken everybody's hearts here that has done sleuthing and said, they're looking at the victims' bank accounts to see if there's any money going back and forth. That's really not it. They're looking and sealing off information that they have found in this investigation so the public cannot get to it. So, you look at like Amazon, of course, they're going to look at Amazon transactions. Obviously, we know that that there's a potential KBAR knife that was purchased. That's probably why they're looking at Amazon. You're looking at all the financial stuff in American Express. You have Bank of America, Spokane, all the banks in that local area, maybe that could potentially have Kohberger connected to these financial entities. So they're basically, all the financial stuff is they're tracing money and transactions. Was there purchases through Amazon used at one of these banks or through a credit card associated with this bank, et cetera, et cetera. Block, did he allegedly, did he use Block to purchase this knife, which would be Square? I think those are little credit card sliding devices. You're going to look at Blue Ridge Knives. That is a knife distributor down in Virginia that distributes KBAR knives. And when I was looking on one of the documents, I think it was like 400 knives that came out of that company. Maybe they went to Amazon. Maybe they went to eBay. Maybe they went to another distributor. And the other thing that kind of hit me in thinking back was when they went to Kohberger's parents' house. Remember the knife that was seized there? It was a Smith & Wesson knife. Now, Smith & Wesson also sells firearms and they sell knives. So I'm wondering if there's any connection. I don't know if Smith & Wesson sells KBAR knives. I looked on their website. They sell KBAR style knives. So I'm wondering if that Smith & Wesson, maybe that has some connection to this potential KBAR knife that was used. So let's see. I'm going to keep just going down here. eBay. There was some interesting things about eBay that I found on there, and there was some accounts that they were looking at. So I definitely want to touch on that as well. And then again, more financial services. You have, the Idaho Central Credit Union. Department of Labor is very interesting too. So Department of Labor, which I'm probably guessing is they're going to try to pull any labor documents of potentially BK's employment in Idaho and probably the victims as well to see if there's any common area in there. Now, that's what I think that they're doing there. More credit union information. You have more bank, Wells Fargo, Verizon Wireless makes sense. You're going to look at all of the data in that area, maybe where the cell phones were pinging. Washington State University makes a lot of sense. We know that Kohberger was a teacher assistant there and went to school there. DoorDash. Now that's interesting. Now we know that DoorDash was, I think it showed up at the house at 4 a.m. or 4:04 a.m. And sealing off that information from DoorDash makes me think that there is something potentially in this case with DoorDash. Why would they seal off that document? Why would they seal off that information from the public? So to me, it seems like there is something that's in question, or maybe some information surrounding that DoorDash. Now we know there's been a rumor out there that there was a Jack in a Box bag found in the kitchen. So potentially, did this DoorDash come from Jack in the Box? Maybe they're trying to figure out who ordered it, why, when it was ordered. I don't know. I think I heard some rumor that the DoorDash was placed at 2:44 or 2:43 a.m., but it showed up at 4 a.m. I think there was some rumor out there. So it was like, who ordered that DoorDash so late before it could get cut off, and why was it delivered so late? So that kind of makes me think too, like, could Kohberger have possibly done that? Could he have called in that DoorDash and set all this up to use that as a distraction, and maybe someone in the house didn't order that? I could be wrong on that. I don't know. These are just things that I thought about at work today, kind of piecing all the rumors together. Because I know we were talking about, one of my associates at work was talking about the DoorDash and stuff, and maybe a possible connection to that when she saw this document. Obviously, cloud-based service networks, you want to trace all the information in that area. Google, because Google stores everything that we do on their search engine. They have a clear profile of who we are and what we do. Whether they get it or not is maybe a possibility if they release the information. Inland Cellular, probably another cell service in that area. KBAR Knives, probably the maker and distributor of that knife. And then this was interesting too, Match Group. Now Match Group owns Tinder, Match.com, Medic, never even heard of that. I know OkCupid, Hinge, Plenty of Fish, and Our Time. I think Our Time's an older dating site. But they, maybe they're looking for potential conversations. I mean, I think Kohberger was signed up on a lot of these sites and was just basically fishing for anybody to talk to or anybody to look at, and possibly came across one of the victims, or if not all of them, on one of these sites. I do know in one of the documents, I think related to Tinder, they were specifically looking at Kaylee's account, or sealing her account. So I wonder if there's some conversation between her and Kohberger. I know that Drunk Turkey was talking about Kaylee's dad, talking about like a week or two before she, of what happened, that she said that she went out on a date with some guy and he like called her a bitch or something like that. I wonder if that was Kohberger. Could be. I don't know, but it's interesting that they're sealing off all these records. So they've found something there that they don't want the public to see. So Meta Platforms, we know, is Facebook. You have the Moscow Police Department Forensic Lab. That's so no public information can obviously get leaked from there. You're looking at PayPal and Venmo transactions. Reddit was very interesting, and I'm wondering if they're pulling records from Kohberger's Reddit posts. We know that he was on there posting. Maybe they're trying to seal that information, pull more of that information off, because obviously that's been deleted. It's not there anymore. But maybe they want that information to obviously to be sealed off. But maybe there's something there. Maybe one of the I don't know, people from the school answered to that, and he stalked them along to kind of seek out profiles or something. Snapchat, obviously Snapchat would be a big thing for college students, or to see any conversations that go on, more financial records. UPS is very interesting. That's probably they were requesting video of the UPS delivery. Maybe they're asking, did they deliver any knives that day, or any suspicious suspicious packages to Kohberger's residence, or any of the residents, the King Road residents. You have more Verizon wireless stuff. That's probably cell phone towers and cell phone data. Walmart is interesting because if you go back to Kohberger's apartment, they found Walmart receipts inside his apartment. Yahoo and then Yik Yak. That's a very interesting app as well too. When I did some research about Yik Yak, and I was on Drunk Turkey with Daniel the other night, I did some Google kind of whipping on the channel when we were there. And I saw that Yik Yak is an app that connects people within a 5-mile radius. So I think this guy, now it's starting to look a little bit clearer to me. Kohberger was either like fishing out there and looking for women. I don't know if this is, I don't know. It's starting to look like he just allegedly was setting all this up, that he had this in his mind and I go back to an old video that I made to set up kind of the perfect crime, and using these social media accounts, these dating apps, to maybe find a potential victim. And I think that you're going to see that he had some connection with one, if not all three of these girls through one of these apps, and started to stalk them. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I mean, to me, it's starting to look really, really clear. And there's some rumors out there that, one, if not one of the girls had an OnlyFans account, or they were streaming, possibly, maybe he saw them through there, but I don't see anything like that through these sealed documents. So it makes me think that angle is probably not true. And now seeing this too, the potentiality of seeing, maybe a co-defendant in this, I don't think that's true too. I know a lot of people go back to, I'm going to probably say his name wrong, Bryan Kohberger. I think there would be an indication in these sealed documents. I know that, what is it? Enan Harsh has been a guy that's been talked about. You probably would have saw something in these sealed documents. I just think that if someone was arrested, if someone was else involved in this trial, you would have saw something by now. I don't think there's another accomplice running around out there. I think they probably would have had a pretty much of a lockdown. I think, they have their guy, they know who it is. And it's just now, placing all those puzzle pieces together. And this is starting to, in my mind, giving a very, very clear picture. Listen, I have 62 people watching right now. Do me a huge favor. Take 3 seconds. If you like this content that I'm giving on this live stream, please go down and hit that upvote button, because this will push it out and more people can come in and watch this evening. So how's everybody feeling? Let me know here in the chat. I'm going to close that document down, then we'll pull up the search warrant, the sealed warrants, and then we'll kind of go through that. Let me just go up here. I have O'Brien in the house this evening. What's up, man? How are you? Sandy says, the first time I've watched you, but I like it and I'm watching from now on. Thank you so much. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I like to stick to the facts. I'm not someone that's going to go off into a conspiracy theory because I want to be very transparent and direct in this case. Look, the bottom line is this. There are 4 beautiful souls that were taken from us. And I want to be very honorable when I talk about this case. I don't want to go off into conspiracy theories and cartels and drugs. I don't see that here. I don't see that here. I think I've been very clear about what my point is here on this channel, how I see this case and how things are kind of adding up. I can't get into if you, the people that comment, oh, it's a cartel and it's drugs and this, you have to show me something. You have to give me something. You have to call the show and let me know, or you have to comment and provide me information or email me. I can't just say it's a cartel. I don't see any of that activity here. I just don't. Or this big conspiracy that it's the Moscow Police Department and they're covering everything up. And I can't get into that. I can't get with that vibe. I'm sorry. If there's something that comes out, then we'll explore it. We'll look at it, let's see. Crazy P pump in the chat. Thank you so much. Let's see. Yeah. SC says, I only saw Kaylee's Reddit being asked. Now, the thing that's very interesting about that too, hang on. And I wonder, let's see. Deal with me 2 seconds. Now, the thing that's interesting about that is Kaylee, and unfortunately, let me pull this up. Hang on. Now, we do know this. Hang on. Let me just scroll down and get these. So let's see. Let's get some ideas here. Show the channel some love. Thank you so much. I think she's, let's see. Anita says, I think someone gave BK's name earlier and it kept checking the boxes and he kept checking the boxes for the culprit. Teresa says the financial helps to see whether Bryan and the victims were at the same bar or coffee house at the same time. Absolutely. And it shows any traces of money too. Was there money exchanged between the 2 victims? Or if he did purchase a KBAR knife or any type of things like the clothing that was used, did he purchase it from Walmart? Did he, we know about the Dickies pants. We know the Walmart receipt back at his apartment that was found. Did he purchase any of the items that he allegedly used to commit these murders? So they're looking at all that connection. Did he purchase a KBAR knife through, Walmart, Amazon, eBay, through the distributor itself? So that's what the tracking of all this financial stuff is. Amber is just saying, I'm feeling great. Tell you I'm feeling good. Let's see. We'll go to T 2014 says, new to the channel as well. From what I see, I'll be sticking around. Thank you so much. Let's get down to some of this. Laura says, great to have another respectable channel to follow. I've said since the beginning that I'd bet it's a Tinder connection between KJ and BK, and it's looking more and more like that. O'Brien saying that he loves the Zeppelin shirt. Thank you, dude. I love you being here, man. I appreciate you. Let's see. Found you from Drunk Turkey Show. I'm loving your perspective. Thank you so much. And just get my mods working there. And I think I'm almost caught up with the chat here. Yep, just chatting away here. So what I wanted to pull up is we do know, and this is a great thing that SC brought up. We do know this. There's been reporting that Kaylee reported a possible missing woman citing to the police. And I believe that was on Reddit. And I may be wrong on this, but let me see, or maybe a conversation on Reddit. Slain University of Idaho student Kaylee Gonzalez. Let's see. Sharon Archer, 62-year-old woman from Gonzalez hometown of, I'm going to mess that one up, Cordy Lane, went missing around September 27th of 2021, according to the state police. Gonzalez, 21, called police on October 5th, 2021 after. Okay, so maybe I was wrong on this, but I think that there was some maybe Reddit posts in the area where she possibly could have commented on that. Let me see. I thought I remember reading something about that, and maybe the chat can help me out. I'm not sure, but I could have sworn Consalvis closely followed the true crime stories online, according to her family, who even sat down for the interview with TikTok and YouTube influencer UI student followed. Do you guys know if she did any reporting of that or conversations on that in Reddit? Let me pull up the chat. Let's see. They're also checking like Venmo and Cash App. That's a good too, because what if he bought the KBAR knife from somebody on those apps? And I thought that's a good point, Amber. I like that. Mindfulness is over here from the UK. She says, I'm following the case and hoping justice for these beautiful souls. Absolutely. And we are as well too. I could have sworn, I might have been wrong, that I thought that Kaylee did some posting on Reddit, possibly, and I thought it was to this particular missing woman. But I don't know if you guys, that pretty me is asking, what about the account on Facebook, the Papa thing? Why they didn't mention it? Honestly, I think that that's been debunked, my friend. Again, I don't see any of that in these particular documents. And this is the most updated information that we have right now. It's the most updated information. I don't see anything like that. It could be, maybe that's why they're sealing the documents, but I don't see. SC says, I've searched and searched for Kaylee's, but I couldn't find anything. Only posts from BK. Okay. So we've got that straight. All right, let's do this. Let's pull up the documents. We'll go through some of it. I don't think I'm going to get to all of it, but we'll do this. The thing that I want to point out on this document, let me enlarge this a little bit. And my friend said, particularly, shit, hang on. Sorry. I got to get my tab straight. What I want you guys to pay attention to, and let me see if I can increase the size here. Let's see. What's the magnifier? Am I missing it? What am I doing here? Help me out. Where's the mag? Okay. All right, I got it down in the corner here. Is that big enough for you guys? Let's go up one more. All right. Oh, that might be too big. All right, let's keep right there. The thing that I want to point out to you guys here is this MPD case number, okay? That's the most important number on these documents. That is the case number for this case overall. So all these documents, these sealed documents, are to the larger case that's being in this case. I don't know, it sounded kind of stupid, but that's what that is. So what you're going to see is sealing here. Now, Apple information. Let me see. I'm just looking at my notes too. You're going to see a lot of just kind of sealing of any Apple information. Obviously, we know Apple phones collect a lot of data. Everything we do on there is inside an Apple phone. Your personal life, phone numbers, transactional money, banking information, purchases, who you're friends with, your text messages, everything that we do is in this little device. Think of all the time that you leave the house and you leave your phone behind and you're like, shit, I feel like my life is missing. Give me pause here for 2 seconds. I just want to check something. You guys, if you want, let me see. Go over here. Guys, while we're live on air, I'm getting ready to hit 2,600 members. I only need 2 more to hit that 2,600 mark. So if anybody's new in the room, subscribe to the channel, hit that upvote button. If anybody wants to support the channel, I have channel memberships pinned up there above. You can get in for $2 a month. We appreciate it. Super chats are always welcome as well. Thank you. Did I hit it, Chris? Did I hit it? Did I hit it? Let's see if I hit 2,600. Let's take a look. And if we did, we're going to update the board live on air. I'm at 2598, guys. You keep an eye on that number for me. Keep an eye on that number for me. All right. So we have the sealing of Apple. Okay. So we've sealed off those records. They don't want anything to the public going out from there. And I believe you're going to see some names here on this document. I literally paged through this. My eyes were like bleeding the other night. Last night, I did 2 hours and went through 769 pages, and literally my eyes were bleeding. So a lot of just repetitive information here, but I believe once we get to the kind of the bottom of this, you're going to see. All right, so that's the sealing of Apple. Now you have the forensic lab that we talked about. Anything that's been obviously processed through that lab will get sealed. They don't want anybody in there getting any type of records. Mama Styles is a new sub. Thank you so much. I have 66 people watching, 71 people watching. Hit that upvote button, guys. We need to get, let's get to 70 upvotes. Come on. And then let's get to 100 tonight. I want to get to 100 upvotes. Cranky has gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Cranky. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's very generous to you. Mama Styles is a new sub. We're going to hit 2,600. We're going to hit 2,600. Oh, we might have done it. Let's take a look real quick, guys. Let's look. Let's take a look. If we did, we're going to update the board live. We're at $25.99. I just need one more, guys. Okay. So now you have the crime lab. So they're going to seal off all that information to the public from the crime lab. Obviously, if there's any DNA testing, any processing evidence probably went through this lab. They don't want anybody to see, what they're processing or finding. So we're going to keep moving on here. Okay, Amazon, which is interesting here. So sealing any Amazon transactions, obviously maybe clothing, or they're chasing, that KBAR knife purchase, anything that particularly could be, could be bought or purchased. Maybe, digital devices that could have aided BK in this murder. Anything like that. So we have the sealing of Amazon. They don't want anybody to see any of the transactions that happen through Amazon. What's this? Amazon. Let's see. Let's take a look at the chat real quick. So Chris is asking, where and how can we become members? If you go up to the top of the chat, you'll see the link that I posted up above there. You can just click into that and click any applicable monthly donation you'd like to do. You can do that as well. And I would appreciate it. All the money that I make from this channel goes right back into the channel, allows me to buy equipment for this channel and so on. I just recycle the money back in and keep this, streaming service and all that goes towards all my streaming service to keep this channel basically running. So I appreciate that. Let's see. I have my mods doing their jobs. Thank you so much. Janice Adams has become a member of the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate your donation, your monthly donation. It goes very far on this channel. I do appreciate that. Hey, MGR from Naples says, ready for another great show. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Chris Pepper now is a channel member. Thank you so much. Let's get those upvote, guys. Let's get, I got 53. I need to get a little bit more here before I can continue. A little bit more. So again, we go into sealing off the documents for Amazon, not allowing any of the public to look at any of those type of documents here. This case is building, guys. And I'll tell you, when I first looked at it before I ran, kind of ran this by my friend that went to school for law, I thought the way that I looked at it was they were frantically searching. Trying to figure out, what this connection is. I think they have a pretty clear picture of what's going on here. That's why all these documents are being sealed. That's why everything's being sealed off to the public. Let's see. We have hit 2,600 subscribers, guys. Let's update the big board. Let's take a look. I need some zeros and a 1. We have 2601. 2601, guys, and I could not have done it without any of you that have come over here. I really do appreciate it. Let's change the magic number here. And we hope that it keeps growing because it's all of you that make this channel go. I appreciate it. We got the big board updated. The big board is updated, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love and support. I really do. Okay, so we have the ceiling of Amazon, and this is interesting. This is the interesting part. So you have Amazon. So an ASN number, I did some research on that. An ASN number is essentially like a SKU number, like a barcode. When you go into, um, like you go to buy a shirt, you go to buy something like that. Um, that's what that number is, probably through these supply companies. Because I also noticed on eBay there was ASIN numbers. Those are SKU numbers to those particular items used on these types of sites. So they are sealing off any information that surrounds any type of these KBAR knives that are sold through Amazon. And there's some particular ones there, which are very interesting as well. Let's take a look at the chat real quick. Thank you so much, Chris. O'Brien saying, congratulations. Thank you. Janice loves the content here. Well, I love you being here. I love you being here. SC is saying, I noticed there are 2 redacted dots when the victims' names are being listed. Do we think that's the other 2 roommates? I think those are the other 2 roommates. And I'm going to be honest with you too. There's actually a third person on there. I think that's BK himself. So I think you have BF, you have BF, you have DM, and I think BK is on there as well. So they're sealing off all that information. And I noticed that as well too. And I was going to talk about that, but that's a great point. Let's see. Thanks for the growth in the channel. Thank you so much. Danielle's giving congratulations. Thanks for being here. Thank you, you guys. My mods are doing a great job. Thank you. It helps the chat flow. It helps the chat flow. All right, so let's keep moving on. So this is interesting. They've sealed off information. So let's see. I wanted to go up here. An inventory was prepped for all of the items and received. The information was received and placed into evidence in the Moscow Police Department. So maybe they're taking these items from Amazon. Wow, I didn't even think about this. Let's read through this for a second, because now I have another theory. I didn't even think of this. Okay. The warrant is served on November 26th. Okay. On 12/8, I received an email copy from Amazon containing the request of information. An inventory was prepared of all items received, and the information received was placed into evidence at the Moscow Police Department. Did they take these knives or inventory, or maybe, one of each of these particular KBAR knife to compare to possibly a murder weapon? Do they have a murder weapon and they haven't said anything, and they're using these items to compare? What do you guys think? Because now look, I didn't even see this. This literally just hit me right now. They possibly could have the murder weapon, and they're comparing where this knife was purchased. A la the distributor. Could have been from Blue Ridge Knives. I think it was Blue Ridge Knives. Could have been from Amazon. And I know later in this document too, there's some eBay accounts they were looking at. Possibly those eBay accounts were selling KBAR knives. This is starting to kind of line up. Am I crazy? Am I crazy to think this? Chat, let me know. Am I crazy? Is this a good theory? What do you guys think? So let's see. Cranky says, thanks for your content. Appreciate it. And then Mama Style says, I'm still curious about the story of Bryan buying a double-sided knife off Facebook Marketplace with another dude in the car. I haven't heard that, but if you get me some more information or maybe a link to that story, we can definitely look into that. Anita thinks they have the knife. I'm starting to think they do too. And SC is freaking out. She's saying, that's what I was thinking about the knives. I think they might have the murder weapon, and they just haven't said anything. And this is where I go back to, why play all your cards up front for the defense? Why let them know? Well, maybe, I guess now that it is going to trial, you probably would have to let them know, because it would be obviously into evidence. There were 2 weapons. I think they have one. KP saying I think so also. So maybe they're taking these knives off these sites to compare to a potential murder weapon. Nomad Life says maybe they want to compare the autopsy photos and injury patterns. That's another good yes. Could be two different knives, two different killers. I still think that if there was another killer, we probably would have found out by now. I think something. I mean, that would be groundbreaking. You know, another and what news media outlet would fucking jump all over that? You know, breaking story. Another person has been arrested in the Kohberger case. You know, co-defendant. But the theory is interesting because you go back to what was the first statement that Kohberger said when he was arrested. Did you arrest anybody else? And I know me and Drunk Turkey kind of went over this and said, could he have said that because there is another co-defendant, or was he saying that to possibly throw off law enforcement? But that Nomad Life, that's very, very interesting. That's very good. O'Brien saying solid theory. And let's see, great theory. Everybody likes the theory. I read somewhere, Janice says, I read somewhere this morning, they have the KBAR and he ordered it from Amazon. Am I wrong? Janice, if you have a link to that article or you have information, you can email me that at theopinionatedidiot@gmail.com. I'd love to read, you know, where you got that information. If you saw anything like that, maybe we can, expunge on that later down the road. Nothing being said about searching for a weapon. And then Mama says, I find the knife link, and it was reputable source in the first week after he was caught. There are two injury types noted. I'm thinking it was Kohberger. A lot of people think that guy is involved. It still don't really feel any indication that he was. I personally think that BK acted alone. I think that he has been setting this up for a long time, knowing, you know, what we knew about his previous past, you know, how he was towards women, what he talked about online, his fantasies, his delusions, the visual white snow, that potentiality of having a mental health issue. I think that he is someone that is, he was rejected by women. We found that out on the Tinder date. And I think that he is someone that has tried to insert himself into social circles for a very long time and has been rejected. And I think that he's been very angered by that. So to me, knowing that he studied BTK, he studied under the professor that wrote the book on BTK. I think he became obsessed with these particular style of murders and was setting this up all along. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people think that Kohberger has some interest in this case as well. And, right now I don't know. Excuse me. All right, so we'll keep moving through this document here. And you see here, you get the leather sheath with the USMC logo. So they confiscated some property as well from Amazon to possibly compare to the leather sheath that was found at the site of the murder at 1122 King Road. Let me try to move on here. You have Amazon again. Excuse me. Let's see. They're sealing off any electronical records or data that was transposed. Those obviously would be, transaction data from Amazon. Let's see this here. Having given me proof upon oath the day showing probable cause establishing grounds for issuing a search warrant, the probable cause is to believe the property referred to the sought in or open said promises consist of information in possession of control of Amazon related to the sales of the following items for the period of January 1st, 2022 to the present. So they're searching all those transactions that happen with these particular KBAR knives through Amazon. So they want that data. Who bought these knives? That's what they're looking at. That's what they're looking at. All right, let's keep going through here. How are you guys feeling so far? How's my chat doing? How's my chat doing out there? Am I on there? Am I through this? Am I doing all right? Is my theory all right? Hey, look who's in the chat. We got the Drunk Turkey Show in the chat. What's up, brother? Many, 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 many thanks to you and the fam over on the Drunk Turkey panel. You guys are great. Listen, if you want to jump in, I'll drop the link for you guys. You can jump over, hang out for a little while if you want. But Drunk Turkey Show, they are the best. They are the best. And if you missed it, I don't know. That's probably Daniel that's in the chat. I gave a lot of praise to you guys in the beginning of the show. And, I said this to my audience. I laid the platform here, but you guys gave me the boost, and I appreciate that. And I am ever so grateful, and I will support you guys all the way through my journey of YouTube. And I hope that we can continue to build that relationship. I'm getting to kind of know you guys now, and you guys are welcome on my panel anytime you want to come over and talk, cases like this or anything, just to hang out. I do appreciate it. And, if it wasn't for you guys to give me that boost, I wouldn't be here right now. So I appreciate it. And I am forever grateful. So thank you. He's saying that he's listening on a walk. Thank you for the praise. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Hey, guys, we got 109 people in the chat. I'm only at 63 upvotes. Let's get to 100 tonight. Let me get that up to 100. Moderators, you got to pump the chat here. We got to get these guys to get that, smash that like button and get this out into the algorithm. But Daniel, let's do something again soon, man. I want to hear your breakdown now. I know you're getting kind of my perspective, and I'd love to compare again, but we got to do a show again soon, man. It's a good time. We'll get everybody on the panel and hang out. Cool. So we're gonna move on here. So again, a lot of the sealing of the documents, look at that. I love it. I'm looking at the upvote button and everybody's smashing that like button. Thank you so much. So we're moving along here. And again, this is just more sealing of the documents from public in Amazon. And I know we're only at the very beginning of this. I'm probably going to start skipping through here pretty soon to my notes and just pulling up certain sections and pages here. So, obviously saying that all this document. Daniel, did you get, if you're listening still, brother, did you get my email earlier? I emailed you kind of an important link that I want you to have. So Chris Pepper says, I heard another channel commenting on your show with Drunk Turkey today. Uh-oh, were they trashing us? Were they saying good things or bad things? Denise says, it's refreshing to watch someone as gracious and humble as you are. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all you guys. Thank you. Let's see. JS says, Drunk Turkey, send me here. Hey, man, if you haven't already and you like the content here, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We're at 72 upvotes, guy. I need 25 more, just 25 more to get me there to 100. I'd appreciate it. Amber says, oh, I heard of Daniel's breakdown today, and it was good stuff. You guys definitely need to get back together. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do another show with those guys soon. Okay, so let's keep going through the warrant here. The sealed documents. So American Express, now this is what I talked about. They're sealing off all that financial information. Maybe, the potential murder weapon could have been purchased through American Express. You're going to start seeing all the credit cards. Like I said, the banks in the area, they're sealing off all that information. They don't want this public. And again, I really briefly just went through these, and I kind of asked a buddy of mine that's in law to kind of look this over and said, what do you think? But I want to dive a little bit more into these when I have some more time. I actually have, after I have 8 days off, I'm going to be probably streaming as much as I can to keep all this content fresh and going and keep breaking all this down. And I'll get more into these documents because there's probably some things that I missed that I can go back and kind of look at all the legal stuff and get through it. Okay, let's see here. American Express, they're sealing all that off. There's some redacted information here. And again, more. information. So this here, this is interesting. They're sealing off any financial information that has with Ethan, Madison, Xana, and Kaylee. And you're going to see names here that have been redacted. I'm going to also think BF and DM, and I'm probably going to think, I don't know if I don't see a spot for BK. It could be possible that he is on there as well. But basically, this is, they're going to seal off information here. They're going to pull any records associated with the victims, and maybe, look at all their transactions. Well, was there money exchange? Did they pay for anything? Putting them in certain areas or situations where they use their cards. I know someone in here said there was a theory earlier that, maybe they were at a coffee shop together or at a bar together. They're trying to place these victims anywhere they could have had any contact with BK, and obviously sealing off that information to the public. So let me take a look at the chat. My voice is really cranked this evening. We're at 80 upvotes. We just need 20 more to get to 100. Once I get to 100, it's we can really get it going here. So let's see. Amber's saying, come on, there's only 25 people enjoying the content. We need to smash that like button. I know someone in here wants a free membership. Look at that. We're gonna gift out a free membership this evening. Once we get to 100, I will pick. I don't know if I have the power to do it. Do I? How do you gift a membership? Maybe someone can tell me how to do it. I'll gift a membership to someone. I don't know how you do it. Maybe you guys can help me out. But Amber's willing to gift a free membership if we get to 100 upvotes. I only got 82 right now. Let's see. Drunk Turkey sent me. Thank you so much. New subscriber. Thanks. Hey, from Australia. Thank you so much for checking in. I appreciate it. We got a $5 super sticker from Pamela Hamilton. Thank you so much. We'll give her a bell on that one. Thank you, my moderators. You guys are doing a great job. This evening. I appreciate it. And Amber said, don't worry, Bryan, I'll gift it and choose someone randomly. I'll gift it and choose someone randomly to gift it. So we're going to give out a membership this evening. We can get to 100 upvotes. So just go down there and hit that little button. All right, let's keep reading on here. Mods, keep pumping the chat. Appreciate that. American Express, more American Express, more American Express. Again, sealing records. This is going to be, video surveillance, deposits, withdrawals, anything to do with the victims, electromagnetic recordings, optical recordings, anything to do with American Express in any type of way with these victims. So they're sealing all that information off. You use American Express to purchase Amazon, DoorDash, food, movie tickets, bar tabs, stuff like that. So they're sealing that off. Guys, I might have to go get a throat lozenge here in a second. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I apologize. Hang on. Let me just shut my camera off. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Hang on. All right. So we got financial information. We talked about that. Let me just get to some of these chats real quick. Anita saying she loves the content. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. We're so close to giving a free membership away, guys. If you guys get to 100 likes, we're going to give a free membership. Amber's going to give out a free membership. Mama Styles says, I've been studying this case while I've been recuperating from the big C. I'm sorry that you're recuperating, but I'm glad that you're feeling better. And I know too much about the Idaho face fuchsia poop shape. Wait, I think that was supposed to be like a I totally just read that out. So far in joining this channel, I'm pretty picky. Come on and sub and like, peeps. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Just found the channel. It came highly recommended. Thank you, Blackthorn. I appreciate you. You get everybody saying, come on, smash that like button. We're gonna give out a free membership. We're at 90, guys. Come on, get 10 more in there. We'll be good. Have you seen the receipt? Tyler Perry, Brian's knife receipt. I have not. And I'll be honest with you, Janice, like I described at the beginning of the program, is that I don't tend to watch a lot of the other channels. Really, the only true crime channel I watch is the Drunk Turkey Show, because I have a relationship with those guys. I support them. And I said in the beginning of the show that I try to keep my content authentic of what I know. And what you're going to get here, like I said, is kind of like water cooler talk, just general points and things that you might see. I'm not a law expert. I try to do the best I can to look at, law and try to understand it. I've always loved programs like First 48 and Cops and stuff like that. So, just very curious minds, and been very curious minds about serial killers and stuff like that, in cases like that. So I try to keep everything here authentic. I don't like to kind of peek in and see what other channels are doing, because like I said, you come here for a specific reason. You come here for a specific content. What other people are doing on their channel is their content. So I try to keep it just to what I know, but I appreciate it. And, I just try to keep to like the facts that are out there and the documents that are being shared. But I appreciate you. Let's see. We're at 87. We just need a couple more, guys. Love the Drunk Turkey Show. Yeah, those guys are great, man. This channel is much more genuine, if it makes sense. Yeah, that's basically what we got here. That's what we got here. I am from the Northeast. I'm up in the Northeast area of the United States. So that's where I am. All right. So more sealing of the documents here. And guys, I'm going to stay live, probably close for another hour, and hang out. If you guys choose to hang out with me, that's cool. If you got to go, I understand. But we're gonna stay live for another hour and hang out as long as my voice will hold out here. All right, so we have the sealing of the documents here. And again, like I want to point this out for anybody that's come in, the MPD number, that case number, that is the number that you're going to watch when all these documents come out. That is the case number for this case. So that MPD, which is Moscow Police Department, case number 22-M09903. If you see any other documents that come out, that is the case number that you want to follow. So all of this information is being compiled into that master case, that master document. So these are kind of just like puzzle pieces to the puzzle. Excuse me. So we've sealed off all of that information from American Express. We'll keep kind of paging through this and see what the next thing. We got more Apple information that's been sealed. More Apple. We're so close. We're only nine upvotes away from getting a free membership to the channel, guys. More Apple. More Apple. So the search warrant has been redacted. You can see it here. More legal, more Apple, lots of Apple. I mean, like I said, this little sucker right here, we got a lot of information on that. So they're sealing that up. They don't want anybody's phones out there. And I think that in some of these, you can actually see the what they call, let me look at, so the IMEI numbers, and those are basically serial numbers of phones. So that would be the digital serial number in your phone, an IMEI number. And you'll see that on some of these documents. I know I saw it somewhere. Daniel and I were going through them. We get 110 people in the chat. If we get to 100 upvotes, we're going to give away a free membership tonight. So let me pull up some of the chat and see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Crazy P says, I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Crazy P. I appreciate you. You are one of my channel moderators. Thank you so much. Cranky's pumping the chat. Janice says she loves the drunk turkeys. I love those guys too. They're great, huh? Come on, we're at 92. Let's get to, is the case number attached to BK? Will this be his prison inmate number? No, it's just the case that's filed at Moscow Police Department. So that's what that would be. Without Apple ID, I'd have to get a life. Without Apple, I'd have to get a life, she said. Come on, guys, let's smash that like button. All right, so we have sealing of information. Here it is right here. IMEI number. And the last digits that you're seeing is the last digits, I believe, of the victim's phone numbers. And I remember earlier in this document, I think it actually lists the last 4 digits of their numbers. SE, I know you read through these documents. Am I right on that? I think I am. And maybe we see it a little later in here, because I know she read through these too. We have tons of Apple. I mean, sealing off all that data through Apple. More Apple. I might have to skip through ahead to some of my notes here that I have. Bank accounts and financial victims. They looked at Cash App. I know they sealed information off Cash App. More Apple. Tons of Apple. Okay, so AT&T makes sense. You might have phones that are on that account through that provider. They're possibly looking at the tower pings, or placing any of these victims where they could have been or been around BK, where their phones were pinging. What you're seeing here, as far as the addresses, those are probably most likely corporate offices. So they're subpoenaing those information or sending out these search warrants to those corporate offices to get information to seal into this case. So this isn't, like, again, these are orders to seal and redact. It's sealing that information off from the public. We're at 96 upvotes, guys. We got to get 4 more, and then Amber's going to gift out a free membership to the channel. So we've sealed off AT&T. I can't believe I'm only 25% into this document. I might have to start skipping ahead here. And if I don't get through it tonight, we'll just do another show. It's no problem. Dr. Bob's in the house. There he is. I see your chat up there. Oh, not feeling well. Well, I wish you well. I hope you feel better. But thank you for joining. I know that you're not feeling well, and maybe we can give you some company on this night that you're not feeling well. AT&T again. I might start skipping ahead here, guys. I'm just getting kind of some of my notes. So here, yeah. So this is what I wanted to show off the AT&T. They're looking at GPS coordinates. So they coordinate that with a phone to see where, a particular phone or phones were in a particular area. Yeah, Dr. Bob, please feel better. Let's feel better. Let's give him or her a couple of bells to make them feel better. We're so close. We just need 3 more upvotes, guys. 3 more, and we're going to give away a free channel membership. So yeah, GPS coordinates there. We got Bank of America again. You're sealing off transactional data that you don't want out there to the public. So that's all being sealed as well. Purchases, withdrawals of money, maybe money that was deposited, stuff like that. Everyday things that we do with our bank account. Maybe paychecks, deposited paychecks. Maybe we find out, and I thought about this too. Is there a possibility that Bryan Kohberger was a DoorDasher? maybe this is how he saw them. Maybe he delivered to that house once and saw these girls. That was another theory that came to my mind. And knowing the works behind DoorDash, the ins and outs, that's a possibility too. Maybe we found out he was a DoorDasher and he worked and picked up at that Jack in the Box quite a few times, and that's how he came in contact with these girls. You deliver to the house. A attractive college girl opens the door. You become fixated with her. There you go. He starts the stalking. This could be a possibility. How do you guys feel about that theory? You think maybe Bryan could have been a DoorDasher? Maybe this is how he came in contact with these girls. He saw them at the house. He dropped off an order at that house. Why would they seal off DoorDash information? Was he a DoorDasher? Maybe he got paychecks through DoorDash. Maybe they have routes that he went to. Maybe they have, I don't know. They probably track all that, the addresses that you go to. This could be a theory. Let's check the chat. O'Brien says, great point. That could be the possibility of how he came in contact. Maybe they're scrubbing, like I said, you're going to see later in the show. They pick up, they did Tinder. They had Tinder. They had Match. They're looking, did he have any contact? We're going to find about Yik Yak. Yik Yak is an app that controls within a 5-mile radius. I think this guy was just fishing and putting stuff out there. But the DoorDash thing seems pretty good too. It is a possibility. Nikki thinks that possibly it's Tinder. And then Brenda's saying, good job on saying that, but I never thought of that. Yeah, and the thing is, I think there's been some conversation out there. I know we were talking about it, and I have to go back to the first PCA. Let me look at the first PCA really quick. So let me get out of this really quick, and let's pull up the initial first PCA. And I want to let everybody know, I'm doing some research on touch DNA and how long it stays on an object. And it's really difficult because a lot of articles say a lot of different things, but that is something that I do want to talk about, because if touch DNA only stays within a certain amount of time, we know that touch DNA, let's say that it only stays on that knife for 2 weeks. Okay. And we know that he would have to come in contact with that knife within a 2-week period. So we can't say, oh, he bought it 90 days ago. Maybe someone stole it and brought it to the house. Or 90 days ago, he said that he was at a party and he left it there. No, because we would know touch DNA would only last a small window of time. Let's say that it only lasts 72 hours on an object. We know that he would have to be able to handle that object allegedly within a 3-day period. So that's something that I'm looking at as well too. And it's difficult to find a lot of accurate information on it because there's just a lot of opinion. But let me go back to the first PCA, because I want to look at the timeline of, I believe there was something about the DoorDash in there. And let's see what we have. Actually, hang on. I have a better document. Virtual tour, because I know we can go inside and look at, just give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. I want to go in to the documents resource page. Okay. I want to look at, hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I need a producer. I need someone to be able to pull documents up for me. It's tough doing a one-man show. All right, let's look at the timelines. This is what I want to look at. Perfect. This is definitely what I wanted to look at. So I'm going to close that down. Oh, shit. What did I do? Go back. Okay, let's look at timelines. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can widen this up a little bit. What I want to look at, all right, let's bring this up to 125. I want to look at, when was that DoorDash? I don't know if they said anything was when it was ordered. Okay, so let's see. Kaylee calls, all right, 2:42 a.m. 2:26, 2:42. BK's phone using cellular resources at his residence at 630 Northwest. Okay. And at his apartment. Kaylee makes the fourth additional call to her ex-boyfriend, Jack. All right. So now this is Kaylee calls her boyfriend. Phone stops reporting that we're consistent with. Okay. So I heard there was a rumor out there, and I don't know if you guys heard this, that for DoorDash, you can order, I believe, up to $2.45 to put in your last order for DoorDash. Okay. So let's just say this. Let's say maybe no one at the house ordered the DoorDash. We were talking about this at work today. Maybe someone at the house didn't order the DoorDash. Maybe BK ordered the DoorDash, knowing that he worked for DoorDash. I'm just throwing a theory out there. Let's say that he worked for DoorDash. Maybe that's why they're sealing, documents. Maybe that's why they're looking at Department of Labor out there to see his paychecks or anybody's paycheck in there. Let's say he worked for DoorDash, knowing that your last DoorDash can be at $2.45. Okay. He stops reporting his cell phone at, at 2. White Sands consistent. All right. So he gets let's say he gets the DoorDash in before his cell phone shuts down. So he calls the DoorDash in, sets it up to be delivered for what? 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when it was delivered. He uses that as the distraction. I don't know. I mean, I could be totally wrong. But I'm just kind of throwing that out there. It might sound stupid, but that was something that we were kind of throwing around. Maybe he was the one that ordered DoorDash and not Xana. All right, let's go up to the chat and see what we got here. Sorry, guys, I missed so much. Let's go back up. All right, let's go to here. Amber says, I think he may have ran into DoorDash driver, and that's why the records are sealed and maybe threaten him, perhaps. Maybe the DoorDash driver is the informant. It's quite possible, but the other thing that I thought about, too, is that kind of crazy 3-point turn. I wonder if he saw that DoorDash coming down into the neighborhood and it freaked him out. And that's why he kind of circled a couple of times, waiting for the DoorDash to leave. That's another theory that could be out there. Dr. Bob says they also have to clear DoorDash driver who was at the scene just minutes before the murder. This will be raised in court as well. 100%. 100%. And then Kristen's agreeing. She says, yes, Amber, I think something similar. I got 150 people watching. If you guys can get me to 150 likes, we're going to give out a membership. I wonder if can I gift a membership? I don't even know how to do that. Let's see. Oh, I got it. Let's do this. Let's gift a membership to someone here. Or how can I do that? Join for membership gifting. Let's say buy for. All right, let's give out a membership here. Let's give one out. I don't even know if I'm doing this right. I think someone's going to get a membership. Someone's going to get one. Let's give back to the community. I don't know who got it. How do you get it? Did I give it to someone? Did I do it right, guys? Did I do it? Mama Styles got it. Yay! Excellent. Excellent. Congratulations. All right. Let's see. Let me go back up to the chat. Hey, y'all. Let's see. Brian, do you believe he was set up or left the sheath on the 3rd floor accidentally? I think he left it there accidentally. There's been some, and maybe looking into his past, being angry, being upset. Maybe those narcissistic tendencies set in, and maybe he just left it there on purpose. But I think it's definitely accidental, and that's why I think he came back around in the morning. To either 1, see if there's any activity around the house, or 2, to possibly go back into the house, like, oh shit, I left that sheath behind. I need to go back and get it. And then obviously saw all the commotion that was happening and left, because it was shown to go back in that neighborhood. Kristen says this case has all the sleuthers paying attention. I don't think that I don't know if I call myself a sleuther. Again, I just try to stick to what we have here. I guess I could be. All right. I'm gonna pull up the search warrant again, and then I'll start getting to some more of the where I have some notes that were some interesting points here in a second. SC says I've actually had that happen to me. Creepy DoorDash delivered to me once and kept coming back with food, and I didn't order, so it's a possibility. The thing that's really strange about it too, I always think about the area that I work in. There's a lot of DoorDash that always gets delivered up there, and how many times they're wrong at delivering to a particular place too. So that's very interesting. MGR says the whole thing is very sad. God bless the families and the survivors. Absolutely. Yeah, Amber's saying they did clear the DoorDash driver, but I'm almost wondering if was Kohberger a DoorDasher? You know, is that maybe the connection? Maybe, but also they're pulling, they're pulling Tinder records and match records and sealing that information. So quite possibly there was some conversations, you know, between the victims and BK. Let's see. In my opinion, not so sure Bryan is guilty. Okay, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. Yeah, that's a good point too. Anita saying DoorDash guy could have dash video. Wow, I didn't even think of that. That's a really, really good point. Let's see. I came over from the Drunk Turkeys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Much love to the DTS show. I love those guys. We love them over here on the channel. Moderators, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Texas Girl says, great show. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Kristen says, I'm a sleuther. She is. She's a sleuther. Chris Pepper says, super sleuth. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. What are we drum rolling for? We got a free membership. Amber's giving out membership. Thank you so much, Amber. You are the best. We'll give you there a bell on that one. Texas saying great show. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the membership. Congratulations to all of you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see. I personally think he did a hashtag Idaho search on Instagram and came across them. Their profiles were open. That's good too. And I always said that too. And I think me and Daniel from Drunk Turkey talked about that. The guys over there, because that is a possibility too. You can search, hashtags. They'd be able to tell approximately TOD and an obscenity for. Yep, that's right too. Yep, if she had any food in her stomach. I think I'm almost caught up on all the chat. I am. Thank you so much, guys. 166 people in here. Let's get it to 150. We're at 124 right now. 150 likes will be great. So let's keep going through here. All right. So we have Bank of America that's been sealed. I'm probably going to start just pulling up some pages that I thought were interesting. A lot of Bank of America. Let's do this. Let's just go to my notes. So let's look at page 254. All right, we're going to start at 254. And this is a search warrant for eBay. And there was some accounts information here that I found interesting. Let's go down here. I'm just going to get a sip of water, guys. So these ASIN numbers, and I talked about that. These are like SKU numbers. Like, when you go to the store and you buy something that has that barcode on it and they scan it and you get your merchandise and you pay for it. That's what these items are. These are like item numbers. And I even looked, it's a 12-digit number. And I went into eBay and looked. When eBay item numbers are listed, those are 12-digit numbers. Now, I went and tried to find these numbers and I couldn't find them. So maybe, they have been pulled down because of the case. But that's what these particular item numbers are. And I may try to sleuth around and see if I can find that. But it's a 12-digit number. It would be corresponding with an eBay item that was on eBay. So they're looking at a particular item or items that were on eBay. Let's take a look. So we're going to go to, we're going to search down here. What did I find? So again, there's subpoena eBay. So I found that interesting. So here they are here. So let's go back up to, let's look at those numbers again. I'm going to look at that. All right. So 4938 and 4661. Okay. So they have, okay, so it says showing probable cause, establishing grounds for issuing a search warrant and probable cause to be believed that the property referred to and sought in or upon said premises consist of information for the crime of homicide in the possession of control of eBay related to the sales of the following items for the period of January 1st, 2022 to the present. And here are those item numbers, and here is the items. I think they have the fucking murder weapon. I think they have it, or they know where it was purchased. Yeah, this is what it's looking at. So Daniel is, I'm gonna pull this up. So Steven says, I'm going to stop watching YouTube for how many people say subscribe and hit the like over and over again. Well, Daniel, you know, the reason we do that is to give active feedback to our chatters, our people that are in the chat that care about the live shows and care to be here and interact with us. If I sat through an entire show and didn't acknowledge the people that care to be here, or you know, show their love and support, or for new people that come in, you know, look, you know, we're trying to bring in as much people to our content. And to be fair, this might be someone that's new, and to give them that reminder, because a lot of people don't hit the upvote button. A lot of people don't subscribe. I'll give you a statistic, a startling statistic. Do you know that 88% of the people that come by and look at the videos on my channel do not subscribe to this channel, but they come back? So maybe they just need to be reminded. Maybe it triggers something. They say, hey, you know, I haven't hit the subscribe button. But, you know, I'm sorry that upsets you, but it's something that we do, you know, as a YouTuber and a live streamer. It's to pump the crowd, to remind them that you are acknowledging them and you like them being there, because I appreciate you being here. So we're going to keep moving on though. But, you know, I'm sorry if that upsets you. It's just something that we do naturally as live streamers to, you know, keep the action going and the interaction going on the channel, because it's very, very important. It's very important to keep the upvotes going, especially on a live stream, because as YouTube kind of likes 100 likes. I know this because I know the statistical stuff, and I'm sorry if I'm boring everybody here. But when you start getting over that 100 like button, the upvote button, they'll push your content more. So, you know, that's kind of the benchmark for YouTube. And that's why we kind of repeat that, you know, hey, like, you know, share, subscribe, stuff like that. So, let's see. Let's keep moving on. Yeah, guys, you know, it's okay. Let's be kind and nice to everybody here. You know, he's just simply, you know, stating his, and I just had to explain it. And you know, I want my channel to grow. You know, that's why we do that. But you're welcome here anytime. Don't feel, you know, bad or anything. I appreciate your opinion, Steven. You're welcome to be here. If not, it's okay. You know, it's okay. But let's keep moving on here. I just want to see if I have any. Yeah, Chris says we want to help Bryan grow his channel. That's why we encourage hitting the like button. Bryan works hard on this channel. Thank you, Chris. And you know, Steven's acknowledged it. Hey, it's true. But hey, man, we appreciate you watching this evening. So, and then everybody's just kind of saying it helps get the word out there and everything grow. Appreciate that, Aria. Nikki says fairly new YouTuber, so it is a reminder for me. Thank you so much. So, Brenda's saying let's get that algorithm going. Thank you so much. And SC says SC with a 199 super chat and says hit the upvote button, smash that like button. Dr. Bob hanging in there. I'm glad that you're with us this evening. Hope you feel better. All right, so again, this was very important to me. They're following where these knives have gone, where they've been purchased. these particular item numbers. And look, we got a KBAR style knife with a leather sheath and a U.S. Marine Corps logo on it. So they want to know where these items went. So let's see. I got to page 259. So the next order I wanted to look at was page 362 in my notes. All right. So this is interesting as well. This, I believe, was some information referring to and I forget her name right now. Ann Taylor, interesting last name, for Bryan Kohberger. And this was the document about, there was some stories that came out in the public about this particular public defender had defended, I believe, Xana's mom or a couple of the other victims' parents in cases. So this basically, I believe, was a conversation regarding that. And we had the first two paragraphs. It was about the potential conflict of interest in this case, which is so bizarre. It's the most bizarre thing when I think about it. And I don't want to say, like, I don't know if it's, what are they, not irony, maybe irony or maybe, is it serendipity? What the hell is serendipity? I'm probably wrong on that. Let's see, what is serendipity? I'm looking at it's probably irony, or the word I'm looking for. An occurrence in development events by chance in a it's not serendipity because it's not happy or beneficial way. It's probably it's probably what's the other word I was looking for? Anyway, we'll just move on. So this is the hearing about potential conflict of interest. It says, court stated at this time for this status conference, court has stated that this is a sealed recording of proceeding and minutes to be sealed by a court file. And this is advisements of rights to counsel that could potentially have a conflict of interest. Court has stated that Ms. Taylor has appointed public defender, and Mrs. Taylor's name is on nearly all letterheads in the public defender office, whether she is an acting attorney or not. Ms. Taylor stated that her name appears on every court document in the public defender's office, but below her name as an individual actually represents the name and individual in this case. Ms. Taylor stated the specific issue with the media is brought attention to. And this was the two cases involving Xana Kernodle's mother. Ms. Kernodle and Ms. Taylor stated that there was an open felony case that she was not assigned to, and the case has since been conflicted out. So that's basically what this was. This was a hearing on that. We're at 182 people watching. Do me a huge favor, guys and ladies and gentlemen. If you can get me up to 150 upvotes, I really would appreciate it. So it says Ms. Taylor further stated that she was in 2017 misdemeanor case, which was sentenced to her office. And this is great. I mean, we're getting firsthand information here, firsthand calling of the court proceedings of what they talked about in that courtroom. Withdrawal from Ms. Taylor stated that the public defender who represented Mrs. Kernodle in the matter was blank. It's been redacted, who left the PD's office in September or October. Ms. Taylor stated that her practice is to transfer all cases and pending withdrawals to the bench warrant issued to her. So I'm not going to read too much more of this, but I just wanted to give you guys a basic gist of what was going on in this motion. Court questioned the defendant. The defendant stated that that given the information he had heard the conversation he had with Ms. Taylor and feels comfortable proceeding with her counsel. So they talked to Kohberger about this. PCM court advised the defendant he had right to an attorney and believes that the conflict of interest, is there a conflict? So basically this is just, to figure out if there's any conflict here. Let's take a look. What's going on? Please keep in mind, as a moderator, it's our responsibility to keep the content clean. Please do not abuse that privilege. Is there monkey business going on in the chat? If there is, we can bounce people out. I can get rid of them. So let's see. Yeah, if there's any like swearing or anything like that, let me know. We'll bounce people out. I appreciate my moderators. I don't think it's really a big deal. You can thank Banfield for making that a huge deal out of the conflict of interest when she had I mean, it's very relative to this case. If there's a potential conflict of interest in a case where you have a victim, that could sway your decision in the way that you handle a case. So I don't think it's really a big deal. I think it's something that needed to be acted on, and obviously it was. I mean, they had to talk about this in a court proceeding. So I think it's very relevant to the case, and it is a big deal. I mean, that you could potentially have a victim's mom that's being represented, and then you're representing the person that potentially killed that victim's mom's daughter. So that's a big deal. All right, let's take a look. So here's the DoorDash. Let's see if we can see anything in here. DoorDash, motion to seal. Are they looking at it for any receipts or anything like that? Let's see. DoorDash. AT&T legal department from DoorDash. So they're looking maybe at phone records or GPS locations. Let's see. Affidavit for search warrant. Returning. Interfering proceedings. Later. Yeah, it's just sealing records often in DoorDash. More DoorDash property. So description of property, 1122 King Road. So possibly receipts, maybe they're looking at purchase history to that road. And this takes me back to, if Kohberger was a DoorDasher, did he deliver there before? They're probably looking at all of the receipts and transactions that have ever been delivered to King Road to see if Kohberger possibly was a DoorDasher and had delivered to this residence before, and had a record of going there. And that's, again, it tells me maybe this is the possible connection of how he met them. Obviously, we know later in this document too, we're going to see social media, dating sites and stuff like that. So exploring that, but definitely sealing off information about DoorDash deliveries to King Road. So hey guys, I want to thank everybody. I have 200 people watching this evening right now, and that is by far, I think, more people that I had when Drunk Turkey Show was over here. And not any slam on them, because I love those guys, but to look up and see 200 people, I appreciate you all checking me out this evening. And by far has been my biggest audience so far. So thank you. I love all you guys. Thanks for being here. Let's see. So we have DoorDash, more DoorDash documents being sealed. DoorDash. Oh, here we go, right here. Aha. Da 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 da. And that, I was right. I was completely right. All information in your possession and control related to sales, deliveries, purchases, and transactions made at 112 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, for the period of January 1st, 2022 to the present. They want date, time of sales, date and time of deliveries, purchase and transactions, name and identifier of driver, a full description of vehicles used, and any of the communications between drivers and purchasers. And this is what leads me to believe that it's possible, allegedly impossible, that Bryan Kohberger could have been a DoorDasher, and this is how he met them. This is how he saw those girls. I'm telling you guys, the picture is starting to become much clearer. is becoming much clearer of what's going on here. I have to leave out the cartels and the aliens, and it was the brother's mother's sister's dog. I don't get with that stuff. We get with the facts here. I see the love in the chat, guys. I love it. Thank you so much. You guys are great. And then it says, so that's what they were looking there. Stream Networks is probably like a cloud-based service or something like an internet service or something like that. So I believe that that's what they're probably looking for in this situation. That's what, page 376. I have that in my notes. And then you're going to look at moving along is going to be more extreme networks. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. Decrypted access in the following to the computer. Extreme network service tag. Decrypted access to the following computer. So they're looking at probably cloud-based services or something placed on a particular computer. That could be a Kohberger computer, maybe one of the victims, but definitely sealing off all that information as well, too. Okay. I see a super chat here. We're going to bring this up. Okay. We got Haters Gonna Hate. I love that screen name. That's so great. Says, thanks for your dedication. Let's give this guy some thumbs up and a like. I'm going to give you a big old bell on that one because that's how we do it here. I appreciate you so much for being here this evening and checking out my channel. It's been a really great time so far hanging with all of you. My moderators are great. All the new people that came over this evening and subscribing are great. Super chats are much appreciated. It helps this channel, run. And like I said, I circulate all that money back into the channel to keep it going. So thank you. I appreciate that. So let's keep moving on here. I'm just trying to look at my notes in front of me. Google pays and serve. All right, a lot of the extreme network. Okay, so here's something interesting. This is it's a probable cause to believe that the property referred to and sought in upon these premises consists of information related to the investigation of homicides that occurred at 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho, including decrypted access to the following computer, Extreme Networks service tag number, and then in the name of Kaylee Gonzalez. So they're sealing off some information. Oh, man, I wish we could. What's this say? Something. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a. Yeah, I wish we could see what this number looks like. An 8 maybe there, right in this area here, or a 5. Register the name of Kaylee Gonzalez. Brooke is saying, thank you so much for going through this info. I love your show. Brooke, we love you being over here on the channel. Thank you so much. If it's your first time over here, make sure to subscribe and hit that upvote button. I appreciate it. 164 likes, guys. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, Steven, you're not a hater, brother. You're here. It's all good. You're all good, brother. And I just got you. I just asked to subscribe and hit that like button, brother. All right, let's move on. So this is interesting. Sealing off some computer information to Kaylee. Man, I'll tell you, this is just so chock full of information. There's still a lot of things I want to go through in here. Again, I have starting on Wednesday will be my final day at work for about 8 days. My birthday is on Friday on the 17th. Probably going to do a birthday show and hang out with you guys. We're going to get a lot of live streaming in over those 8 days because I plan to do a staycation and really work on the channel. I want to work on some new t-shirt designs as well. Get those up there for you guys if you're interested in t-shirts. I do have coffee mugs and t-shirts available. You can search that all out through my channel. But I want to work on some new designs. I have some ideas, and obviously I'll be creating content, clipping all that up and getting that out. The most important thing is, guys, for this channel to grow, the most important thing is when I drop a video, and I'll let you know, most of my videos, pretty much all of my videos, will drop during the week, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when I'll drop videos. If you see those videos come up, just come over and interact on them, because that helps push this channel out and helps push it out into the algorithm. That's what YouTube loves. They love watch time and they love interaction. So the longer you can stay on that video, that they'll push it. On the weekends, on Saturdays, I'll drop videos at about 11 if I do one. And then on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's all Eastern Standard Time. Let's get to the super chat guy. I got a super sticker from my main man, O'Brien. Thank you so much. We'll give you a bell on that one. And yeah, you guys are doing a great job. All my moderators, thank you so much. All right. Do you guys want more? Let me know, because I have time. I can stay live for a little while longer. Let me know in the chat. Do you guys want me to keep going? If not, I can split up the show and do it again. I'll wait for you guys. Tell me what you want. I can keep going. I did. I got it. Did I miss the super sticker? Oh, I'm sorry. Steven, thank you so much. He gave me a $2.99 super sticker. Thank you guys for letting me know that. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the happy birthdays, the early happy birthdays, but we're going to do okay. Everybody wants me to keep going. Let's pull this up. Donna says, does anyone believe Bryan did? Okay, let's do this. Perfect question. Let's do this. I'm going to create a poll. Okay. I'm going to create a poll. Now we have to say, do you believe BK allegedly did this alone? Okay, let's do this. Let's see. We're gonna put and I don't really like to do this stuff, but well, since the question was asked, let's do this. See. Oh, what'd I do? I screwed this up. Let's I don't want to bog out the show here. We'll put a chat up, a thing up next time. Thank you for the new subscribe, Dina. I appreciate you. Thanks for checking out the channel. This is America. We want more. I love that. 100% apps, 1000% agree. Allie the Evans points to BK. Yeah, it's looking. I think they have, and I've said this all along, and I've said this all along. I believe from day one, just looking back at the PCA, the information that was given in that PCA, to me, my opinion was it was very, 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 very strong against BK. And now with seeing these documents, it's really cementing that he is it's pointing towards him. Okay, let's keep pushing along. You guys want more? Let's keep going through it. So we have these stream networks. Again, we found out that we're sealing documents off to Kaylee's computer or any access through that computer, a portal. Google. So this is all, yeah, I remember this. I have this in my notes too. Google and Google Payment Services. Obviously, Google has tons of information on us. We know that that they store tons of information, our searches, our payment history. So obviously all of this information is getting blocked off and sealed as well too. And I'm probably going to think that in this document, you're going to see something related to the victims. Let's take a look. And something small is redacted here. You can almost see kind of in this section. Let's see. More documents being sealed through Google. Okay, hang on one second. Here we go. We got something here. So this says it's a search warrant for the probable cause to believe the property referred to the sought after. This is said premises consistent of information related to the crime and homicide on the Google account of Kaylee Gonzalez with the email address of blank account from August 1st, 2022 to November 19th, 2022 for all business records and subscriber information and any kept pertaining to the account of including names, including subscriber names, usernames, and screen names. She was doing something. She was involved in some type of service. And now this is starting to make me think, going back to OnlyFans. You know, there was a rumor out there. She had an OnlyFans. Maybe they're looking to see if there was any potential connection. Maybe that's how Kohberger came across her. We got the chat going here. What do you guys think about the OnlyFans theory now, seeing this? Or maybe, you know, what would be another, maybe this is, you know, maybe she was on a dating app and they're just looking to see what screen names or subscriber names were attached to her Tinder account or Match account, you know, something like that. Good point, SC. So maybe she was advertising her OnlyFans on Reddit, and that's why hers was the only one. I love that. It's possibly could be it. Or again, we know she was on Tinder. We know she was on Match. We know she was on other dating services, possibly Yik Yak. They're looking at any associated names that were attached to her account. Could Kohberger have been, you know, seeked her out on one of those apps? This is a good point too. Stephen Daniels says, "What if Maddie responded to Bryan on OnlyFans and he sent her money, and and he felt he was owed something? That could be possibly it too. Maybe that's why they're sealing credit card and bank information documents, and you know, looking at those transactions. Was money exchanged? You know, and then you throw in just Ethan on top of that. Not that I think that he would be paying or receiving money through anything, but just searching and see if there's any connection there as well. It's all, to me, starting to become pretty clear of what's going on and just finding that hardcore connection of what happened. You know, they're chasing the knife, they're chasing they're chasing the financial information. They're law enforcement's chasing and FBI's chasing where these knives were, where this knife was purchased. And then just sealing off all that information as well too. Cranky saying, I just found out about the OnlyFans. That's sus. Bernice saying, I'm not saying he's involved, but I believe his name was given up. Yes, Snap. Oh, says Snap has it's similar to Patreon. So in Snapchat, can you pay? Can you pay in Snapchat? Can you pay on TikTok? I don't use TikTok. I give my reasons for that. Go watch the Joe Rogan video of him talking about the terms of service on TikTok. It's pretty scary. I don't do the TikTok thing. I do know this though. I have to use the restroom. Can you guys keep the chat going for a second? I'll be right back. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let's see. All right, what we're going to do is I'm going to stream probably another half an hour to an hour, but I'm going to go to a members only chat. So if you guys want to chat, you can become a member for $1.99. Let's see. Let's see. That's not what I wanted to do. Hang on one second. All right, so yeah, this looking at this subscriber information and any kept from pertaining to this account, they're looking at addresses, email addresses, residence addresses, emails, telephone numbers, text messaging. Let's see. So let's see. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. Okay, so we're on a members chat only now. So if you guys want to keep chatting in the group, just grab a member, grab a member chat, and you can become a member for $1.99. That supports the channel. We're gonna keep going on. Did I just lose everybody? I think I just lost everybody. Let's take a look. Did I just screw my whole live stream up? I might have I just booted everybody out. Hang on a second, guys. All right. Everybody just got booted. I just killed the stream. Issue found on my stream. Great. I don't know what I did. Visibility public. Okay, I should be good now. Yeah, okay, 158 watching. Perfect. I got everybody back. I just screwed the chat up. All right, so we're gonna go on to Kaylee's thing here. Records of session times, duration. This is starting to make me look like she had some type of service that she was on and doing. Maybe going back to that OnlyFans, advertising and on Reddit. That's a great point by SC. And Brooke has now become a member. I appreciate that. We'll give her a bell on that one. Thank you so much. Got nuked back in. Yeah, sorry about that. I screwed the chat up. So anyway, we're going to keep going back through Kaylee's Google account here. And yes, Brooke, welcome to the team. Appreciate that. Telephone numbers, they're looking at records of session times and durations, temporary assigned work addresses, in such IP address associated with sessions, including logon IP. This is totally showing some type of service she was involved in. Telephone and instrument numbers or other subscriber numbers and identities, including the temporary assigned network addresses, text message recovery numbers, Google Voice numbers, and alternate sign-in numbers. And they're just all numbers pertaining to the provider and any person regarding the account, including, what did I just do? Including contacts and support services, records of action taken. So I want to welcome all the new supporters and chat members here. We got a new member. O'Brien just became We got Arya and there's a new member, and Nikki. I love that. Lou who? That's great. Thanks, moderators. I appreciate you. You guys can continue to chat. All right, let's move on a little bit here. I think we're going to start getting down into, we got the KBAR. We looked at Xana's mom, the DoorDash KBAR knife at 437. Let's go to 437. So this is a sealing warrant from KBAR Knives Inc. in Orleans, New York. And again, I think they're just trying to figure out where this particular knife could have been distributed from, because this is probably like a wholesale distributor. But let's look down in the document here and see if we can find anything that's giving any, let's see, KBAR knives, more KBAR knives. We're looking for when it says could be used in a particular part of a homicide. So this is description of property, KBAR, and it gives these probably item numbers of that as well too. So, you know, they're just probably looking, where are these particular items distributed to? Where did they come from? Just crossing all their T's and I's. So they're looking, like I said, they're looking for distributing information regarding Blue Ridge knives. So they're trying to connect all the dots. Where did these knives go from and where did they go out from? Distributing information regarding, this is interesting. Distributed information regarding, and it's been redacted. So I don't know if those, let's see. Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, could be victims' names, could be Kohberger in there, could be company names they were distributed to. But it's funny how this one's open, like the Blue Ridge Knives is open, but the other names here have been redacted. So that's very interesting. How's everybody doing up there? How's the chat doing? You guys still up there and alive? I can see everybody. 180 likes. I love it, guys. Maybe we can get to 200. That'd be great. 200 would be fantastic. All right, so more blue KBAR Knives Inc. We're at 448. So here we go here. All open and closed accounts, all records pertaining to the individuals or businesses entities. So these might have been smaller distributors, you know, maybe local businesses that these were distributed out to, maybe particularly in the area, in around the area of Pullman or Moscow. I know that I did look up before. I was trying to find out potential areas where a KBAR knife could have been bought. And I do know in around that area, there's a lot of like Army Navy stores. So maybe this is Army Navy stores or distributors in and around Pullman or Moscow that carry these particular knives. So maybe they're just looking at all potential areas where these knives could have been bought. Let's see this. Amber says, someone earlier, and I believe it was Daniel from Drunk Turkey Show, was talking about how there were the victims and the 5 other people on the AT&T bill thing, and I wonder who the other 5 are. So I would think that you're seeing victims, possibly Kohberger, DM, and BF. And we know that DM and BF, they've been redacting those names. And it possibly could be Kohberger on there as well, too. But that's she says, good point, Kristen. I didn't think about those names were redacted. The 5 people's names are redacted. It still could be a family plan. Ah, that's good too. That's very good too. The others could be, and she said DM, BF, and BK, but who else? Yeah, family plan, possibly. Yeah. This is why we do these shows, to be interactive and run by all this information. You know, I appreciate all you guys for doing this, to go over and just kind of, water cooler this stuff because we're all curious. But when all great minds get together and we put all these, facts and information out there, we can come up with some pretty good theories or some opinions, and this is what's really cool about this. That's why I love the interactive live shows, because I like looking at the chat and the theories that are thrown out there. And here's KBAR knives, electronic records. So they're taking electronic records that have been stored, text data, image data, encryptions and I'll get this out. Authentications. AT&T. Let's see this. Records and documents and homicide possession in control of KBAR Knives Inc. related to the sales of the following on the period of January 1st, 22nd. So they're chasing these model numbers down. Who might have bought them? Where did they go? Where were they distributed to? Such of that information. I still think that these distributed information regarding is, maybe smaller businesses that were, just had those knives. And I want to give a shout out to the docket on Twitter. They were actually the one that got this large document together for us to actually be able to do this content. So a big shout out to them. If you guys aren't following them on Twitter, they usually tweet out related information to the Kohberger case. So I'd urge you to go over and check them out. And I believe they have a YouTube channel, but they're not very active on it. Most of their stuff comes out through Twitter, and they do other cases as well. So this here says they're looking for all open and closed accounts, signature cards, statement data, monthly account statements, identification of the name assigned with all debit cards on an account, deposits and supporting documents, including but not limited evidence of cash, cancellation checks, and so on. So just really covering all of the receipt basis and the receipt data, transactions. Where did these knives go to? Who purchased them? I wanted to get to, all right, so here we go with all the social media, the dating apps. You have Tinder, and Match Group owns like 45 of these dating apps. I didn't really realize how big and how much that they actually cover. But let's go into this document here. So I'm on, geez, I have a lot still more to go through. I don't know if I'm going to get it all in tonight, but we can do a part two. Maybe we do a part two. Probably going to close this up in about 20 minutes, as much as I hate to, because there's so many people watching and I love everybody spending the time with me this evening, but I do have a regular job and I have to get up early in the morning. But maybe we'll do a part two. If I don't get through the rest of this on Wednesday, we'll bounce back in here, and by then I'll have some more theories and ideas that I can come up with. But here's your Match Group stuff, and they're looking for documents by Tinder, Match Group, which basically owns the whole conglomerate of all these kind of dating apps. So it's Kaylee Gonzalez. They're looking at her Match Group activity, Tinder records. It's funny that this name, if you look here in the search warrant, it says entrance was obtained by blank. They blanked and redacted that name. And then the description of property, it's associated with Kaylee Gonzalez's phone. 4818 is their last 4 digits of her phone. And they're just checking over her records. So again, if it's not a DoorDash connection, it possibly could be a social media connection, or they're just scrubbing her records to see if there was any potential social media interaction between her and BK. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? Everybody still awake in the chat? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up out there. How's my moderators? You guys all good? All right, let's take a look here. More match group. So let's see here. It says, related to the crime of homicide on Tinder account, Kaylee Gonzalez, with any of the following identifiers: Kaylee Gonzalez, mobile phone number 4818, email addresses, and or generated between January 1st and 2021 to the present including. So they're going back way back into 2021. Excuse me. Subscriber information involved, accounts and registered. Search warrant, another match group. And I think you're going to see maybe Maddie or another roommate here in one of these. I thought I saw. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Appreciate you. This is another. I think when last time I looked, 1224 is, I think, Maddie's phone number, if I could be right on that. But it's been redacted, the name. Yeah, Madison. Yep, Maddie's Tinder account information. That's what I thought on this one. Kristen, have a good night. Thank you. Christine, thank you so much. Have a good night. More match group. I think you're just going to go through and see probably Xana on here as well, from what I remember. Let's see. Have any of you in the chat seen this document yet? Did you know this document was out there? I'm curious. Well, probably if you watched Drunk Turkey, because I know that Daniel and the crew did a stream, I think, already on this. Well, obviously, because him and I were doing it the other night. But is there anybody in the chat that has not seen this document yet? So more match group stuff, and it's been redacted here. Description of property, very much redacted. A lot of redaction on this one. Mama says she saw it on she's seen it on a few channels. Okay, cool. I'm sure they probably just went through it as much as I'm kind of doing here, breaking it down. Unique identifiers. That's interesting. I'm only going to go probably about another 15 minutes, and I might not get through this whole thing. But if I don't, maybe I come back on Wednesday night and, we'll do a part 2 on Wednesday night or something like that. We'll figure something out. More match group information. This one is related to, let's see. I think this is going to be related to the investigation of November 13th, 2022 on King Road, Moscow. All subscriber information between March 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2021. This is interesting, including not limited to wonder why they wanted it just in those specific areas of time with this particular person that they're looking for. And this is all redacted. I mean, all these little dots, that's all been whited out. Following accounts. So they're calling for accounts during those times of email addresses. And this looks like maybe email addresses or accounts or subscriber names that were used. So there's quite a few of them they were looking at. And maybe just seeing what types of conversations that these two girls were having with those particular accounts. Seeing if there was any threats or anything like that. Let's see. Ari is saying that I heard it on Drunk Turkey 2 and with you on here too, Bryan. Okay. But everyone's breakdown is different. Can't get enough of the documents without varying viewpoints. Well, like I said, everybody's going to have their own opinion. And that's why I said I try to keep everything authentic and I don't look at the other channels because I want to give my point of view of what I'm seeing. And then you guys can decide on what you believe and what you think is the right theory in all of this. That's the point of going through these documents, to try to figure out what our personal view is on it. Amber says, exactly, because the prosecution get that long. If you think about it, I think they have about the equal amount of time to prepare. Amber saying, I'm just saying, I think BK has the smoking gun, and when we go to trial, if we're going to be shocked, because the first thing you said when he got arrested was anyone else arrested. And again, that could be something where he's just using that to throw off law enforcement. You have to realize this guy has a PhD in criminal psychology. So he's going to do anything out there to throw off law enforcement. Keep that in mind, and he knows about digital forensics of evidence as well, too. Amber saying, I think a lot of people think you said that to throw everyone off. I don't think he said that because he was already planning his defense. Quite possibly. It's a good point. All right, let's keep looking down here. More match Tinder records. I want to say they took Xana as well, too, which is interesting because she was involved with Ethan, but I don't know how long their particular relationship was and when it started. Let's see. Matter of application. Let's see. Who's this person going to be? It's redacted. That's a phone number. Remember I was telling you those IMEI numbers? That's a serial number for a phone. So that's been redacted. MGR, thank you so much. Saying another great show. Yeah, I'm curious to find out what this page 118 is. And there's a theory that I heard. If you look at Elliot Rodgers's manifesto, which is insane, because I actually looked at it a couple of days ago or about a week ago and tried literally reading through it. There's some information on 118 that lines up a lot, that has very similar situations to what happened, in Moscow, and it runs some pretty interesting parallels to what happened. A lot of people are saying it's page 118 of Elliot Rodgers' manifesto. I don't know. I think it's been more of a book that they're talking about, but it's that's been talked about. SC says all the redactions are driving me nuts. Yeah, it's driving me nuts as well too. I mean, we want to know, but let's see. Let's keep going. More match group. Okay, let's see if we can get to 587. That was something that I have in my notes. I think this is the Reddit. Okay, so this is from reddit.com. And I wanted to look through this really quick. Let's see. I think this was Kaylee. Yeah, Kaylee. So this has something with Kaylee. And SC made a point earlier, maybe she was doing OnlyFans, or, there's been these theories out there they were involved in OnlyFans, and, maybe they were advertising it on Reddit, or, something like that. Or I don't know. I mean, it's tied particularly to her phone too. So she was obviously logging into Reddit through her phone. I don't know if there's a connection between her and Kohberger there or what, but it is interesting. It's interesting, the Reddit thing, and that's something that I think I'm going to try to dig into a little bit more. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a nightmare. And the funny thing is, we Drunk Turkeys and I were talking about, I want to travel out for the first hearing, but I was looking at all of the hotel rooms and the Airbnbs, they're booked solid all the way till like almost the end of the year. And he's like, Daniel was saying, like, it's kind of silly that everybody's booking because he feels like the trial's going to get moved. And I do too. I thought a smart thing to do was fly out and rent an RV and find like an RV park and just park there and just camp, and be able to go around, have a vehicle that I can drive. I can go out to Pullman. I can go to, the courthouse. I can go over near, King Road and just maybe go into town and get a feeling how the town is. Maybe talk to someone and just in that area and just ask them how, what's the scene and the mood around here lately. Seeing if I can get anybody to talk. So I've been thinking about going out and taking a trip out there, taking some vacation, and going out and getting out to Moscow. So I'm going to stop here at Reddit. There's still a lot of stuff I want to go do. We'll do a part 2 on Wednesday to this because I'll be frank, my eyes are killing me scrolling through all these pages. They need a little bit of a break. So we'll just hang out here for a couple more minutes. I'll look at the chat and, we can go from there. And I'll come back on Wednesday and do a part 2 with you guys, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll hang out because I'm tired. My eyes are killing me. And these aren't real glasses, by the way. It's what I actually look like without glasses on. So, but I actually do need glasses. But I think if I ever get real ones, it's going to be probably black, thick frames like this. So Chris is saying good night. Chris, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, the bedtime is real. It's getting there. I got to be up early in the morning. I have to be at my job by 8 tomorrow. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. I'll go 6 more minutes and hang out with you guys. If you guys want to ask me any questions or anything off, topic to this trial or anything, any personal stuff, you can ask me. I might not answer all of it, but shoot away if you have questions. We'll chill out here for another 6 minutes, and then I'm going to wrap up the show. Again, big shout out to Drunk Turkey because I would not be here without their push. If you guys are, have only seen my show and you haven't checked them out, go over and check those guys out because they deserve it, and they're really getting out and pushing that channel. And I want to help them out as much as I can too. Give them a lot of love. Those are good dudes. Hey, let's do this. Let's check a subscriber count. Why don't we do that before we take off? Where are we at? Ooh, I think we did well. Whoa, we need to change the board, guys. Look at that hard work. All my moderators did, all my chatters did. All right, let's change it. Let's change it, guys. We are at 2650 has dropped. My goal is 5,000 by the end of the year. Let's do that in 90 days. And then let's do 10,000 by the end of the year. Let's get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think it's a good number. That's a good number. But we're going to close up shop here soon. I'm going to do my kind of outro. Listen, I want to thank all of my moderators this evening. I want to thank all the new members that have subscribed to the channel. Everybody that has come over this evening, all the new faces that I saw this evening, all the old faces that have been here since day one. I'm extremely honored and blessed and that you guys are here hanging out. You make the shows extremely fun, and it's been a pleasure getting to know all the little personalities in the chat. Brian, make sure you turn the chat replay on during replay. I will do that. And then also I want to let everybody know, just kind of so you guys all know, I download these episodes and re-upload them. On the re-upload, you will not get the chat. YouTube is not performed like that, but I do re-upload the episodes as playback so you can see. Also, another important thing is Monday through Friday, I drop videos at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I need you guys as channel subscribers to go over and interact on those videos. The most important thing is watch time, those thumbs up, any interaction that you can give, because this will help push this channel. On the weekends, on Saturdays, it's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Sundays, it's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if I drop videos. Steve, thank you, brother, is a new member to the group. I'm going to do a soft bell for him there. And again, I do my live shows Sunday and Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try to work with Drunk Turkey a little bit more, because I know that you guys really love that. I know they got their thing over here. I got my thing, but I would love to keep doing stuff with them as well. So we'll see what happens. Steve says, I'll be ready for the next time. Sorry for the hey, man. It's all right, brother. You're here. You're hanging out. It's all good. I love seeing all you guys here. But we'll wrap this up in about another 2 minutes. Do you guys have any questions for me? Anything that I can answer? You guys can chat it there in the chat below. If not, we'll wrap this one up, and then Wednesday we'll come back on Wednesday. Let's see. Maybe Wednesday I'll do an 8 o'clock show too, because we have a lot to go through. So we'll do 8 o'clock on Wednesday. I'll be back. I'll set the reminder. You guys can just go up. I do communicate a lot through the community tab on my front page, so make sure to check that, because I do a lot of updates on there. Especially when I post live shows or do any type of videos, stuff like that. I'll do some shout outs on there. Let's see. Amber's got a question. She says, do you think he left the sheath there on purpose, or did he leave? I think he left it by accident. And then I think when he got out, he realized and was like, oh shit. And that's why I think he went to try to go back. And he got back, and there was already I think that he was scared to go back in, or maybe he saw something that spooked him or something, but I think he left it by purpose. Steven thinks that it's by purpose to frame Kohberger. The funny thing about it is too, and I remember Daniel talking about this, he was really trying to push that military angle to try to maybe possibly make it look like a military guy that did this, or someone in the military did this. So to really, pull the trail away from him, to kind of point in that. So MGR says, I think it's awesome to be part of and watch your new endeavors take off as you build something great. Peace out, y'all. Thank you, MGR. I appreciate that. MRG. I keep saying MGR. MRG. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, guys, we have hit the 10:30 mark. I am tired. We've had a long show. I appreciate everybody. Come back Wednesday night. We're going to do an 8 o'clock at Wednesday because we did a long session tonight and we have a lot to go through on Wednesday. So Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll put the reminder up tomorrow. I just got to build a thumbnail and all that, and then we'll go from there. Brenda is a new channel member. She's become a channel member. Thank you for your support, Brenda. I appreciate that. So let's end with this. I hope everybody has a fantastic next 2 days. I'll see you guys on Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Set your reminder. I'm going to put the thumbnail up tomorrow, the reminder. I'll hit the community tab to let you guys know. Just hit the remind me button, and it will bring you guys back over, and we'll go from there. Again, big shout out to Drunk Turkey Show. I would not be here in this position without the boost from you guys. I love you guys. I hope we can do something soon again. And I will see all of you on Wednesday night. Thank you so much. A fantastic, fun show this evening. It's been a lot of fun. And I'm going to hit the outro. Good night, everybody. Thank you.